Debug tester mode. Aidyn Chronicles. Let's do it. We knocked out the alpha and the beta, so why not do the debug mode too while we're at it? That's the last third and final version of the pre-game before the vanilla release of that actually went to consoles. That came out. So yeah, as you saw, we have the standard new game and then start game, which just skips the beginning cutscene, just like in previous versions, the beta, I believe. And then this version, yeah, you get to start out here in Aramon, the second town. You could see by the map and no journal entries that, yeah, there's no flags or anything that are ticked for you. You're just here. So there's two main screens we're mainly going to be dealing with, and then that do and that don't have a lot of functioning buttons to it. And then also, when you hit a certain button combination, you'll also get to play with the camera and mess around with the angle here. So I'll leave a link to that site on Hidden Palace, where I got the ROM version of the debug. Right now, this one, I do believe during a cutscene, so hit B, you can skip it, or hit start for the camera menu, and that's what I'm doing right here. I'm changing the camera angles, but yeah, do use discretion when you're doing this, because it could crash your game. But you can do funny things like make them have a conversation, and now it looks like Aileron's just completely ignoring the king and just has his back to him. So, and then I just hit B to stop the music or the conversation there to finish it. Let's see. That's the other screen too we're gonna mess around with. So you either hit L and start for the big debug, or L and then the D-pad. Oh no, that's how you load the chunks, is what I'm showing you here. Load less map chunks, and then also replace the map objects with intangible boulders. And then R plus start will toggle the debug queue menu here I'm going to show you. But yeah, if you hit Z and start, that's how you do the small debug screen, and then L and start is the big menu. So this right here, that's the toggle the debug message queue. So if you open and close a map, you walk in and out of a door, trigger a sign, talk to someone, it'll pop up a little thing. Or if you have like yeah, but I also turned on the boulders and then the load less chunks thing, so you can see in the distance it's very short compared to what it was before. But the people are still here. You saw the little Aramon guy there. But yeah, all the houses, everything else, except for the crystal for some reason, are turned into boulders. So I'm assuming they did this as a test mode type deal, just so that you can kind of see where you have to stand or where objects are, like, because obviously the boulders are big giant houses. So like, yeah, see dialogue number 7149 pops up. But yeah, and not all boulders are equal. There are smaller and bigger boulders, as you can see. And that's, I guess, not a boulder. That's part of the structure there on the left. And yeah, the people are still there and active. You could talk to them, and it triggers other dialogues and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it's just a simple button combination to get it to go away. R and then D-pad R, or L and D-pad L, left, I mean, or right. And you can turn it back on, and there you go. You're good to go. So that'll become useful playing around here. You'll see in the next few scenes. Here, yeah, we're in the castle treasury area. That first little map area there, that was for all game status. View and change every event flag, I believe, is what it was saying in the description here. But I don't know hex codes or anything like that, how you change all game stats. So you can change things, like you saw when I click one thing said true or false and it would change. But yeah, here though, This one is the game state cheats, so this is what I'm going to be primarily dealing with, showing you a lot of. So this one is you can make all the chests that can be traps and explode if you turn them on to true. So you have to leave the area and reload, or save the game and reload, or change your actor to a different actor to make the room reload, and then that happens. Speaking of actors, there's only 3 versus the alpha who had way more. So we got the guard that's literally identical from the palace guards here in Guernia. Our lovely chicken that's very fast and glitches and can break through walls is here, and then Alorania. So if you are a veteran player, you know exactly where this is in the Chaos Island, and this is that mysterious hidden door that we've never been able to figure out what's behind that door. We think it's a door there. There's 2 levers that lets you progress down to the bottom level after this one, but we've never, at least not anyone that I found on any forums, has been able to really answer where this door was supposed to go. But playing with around some of the tools on the debug, if you hit hunt for bad reference objects, it teleports you around, but if you just turn it on and turn it off real quick, then it'll remove things like hidden walls. So you can see, obviously, that's a door. It was, that wall in front was supposed to disappear, and yeah, it just never came to be. It's still a solid to where Aileron can't get through, but I'll show you in my pictures that I was able to get it through it with the chicken. But yeah, bad references teleports player every few seconds from the current map location to help find enemies that will not. Oh no, the enemies will not show up, but it takes everything away just so you can find bad sectors. But anyway, there's a lot of other things that don't really work, like here. These additional options, I turn them all on or off, don't do a damn thing. I've tried. A lot of things like add all the items and potions and stuff don't really do anything. Controller pack menu, save and load. I haven't been able to really find a use for them. But yeah, there's a full guide on Hidden Palace that I showed you. I'll have a link in the description below. But I'm going to show you check states, which is going to activate these 2 teleporters on the Namer's Island, which this one takes you to Talwalk, as everyone knows. That's in the game and active. That works. But never been able to figure out, well, where does this other portal go? Where was it supposed to go? It's the other portal, at least in the debug version, it takes you here to the bottom of Shamsuk's tower. I don't know if that's what it was meant to be. I figured that second portal would have taken you back to the Chaos Island, which is where I thought that hidden door would have opened to another room where you can go to a portal back to the Chaos Island from the Namer's Island from Talwalk or something like that, so you can farm like Chaos Giants guys and stuff, so you can get their best shield in the game and armor in the game. But it never made it to the vanilla base game, so yeah. But with that one deal there that I showed you, you could go back to the Shamsuk's tower, which doesn't make sense, especially after it blows up, because then it's gone and you can't physically get back there. But yeah, speaking of the tower, this is, so I'm gonna clear my inventory. That actually works, so you just showing that off right there. Access database, yeah, it's broken into a few different sectors. It'd be nice if those buttons work, because then I could just hit add all items or add all weapons and we could be done with it. But no, you have to scroll down one by one and hit A to add the item in your inventory one by one by one. So that's what I'm doing right here, and so you guys can see the names and the numbers and all that. But yeah, and you can give yourself more than one if you hit the button multiple times. And sorry if I went really quick there, but I don't know, I guess I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, there's Sheridan's armor. I didn't know he had armor. I knew he had the there was a shield or his sword, but I don't remember if those actually made it to the end game or not. So you can see I smashed the button and bolt a bunch of times on the chaos robes. Got 5 of those. Man, I love the music in the background of the tower. It's awesome. So, yeah, clear it and just keep on going down the list. What else was I gonna say? For here, yeah, so in my alpha version, I found Ehud's key, which may be one of these weird keys here. I'm not sure, but and even in this debug menu, yeah, there's a lot of other items that I'm not familiar with. It has been a while since I did a full-blown playthrough though, but like I'm not sure if Sheridan's shield was ever a thing. I knew you can get his sword, but never the armor or the shield. So that's new. The Dryad shield exists. The crab shield. Does that, yeah, I'll show you what that looks like, or should I say doesn't look like. Yeah, I'm not sure about the bronze shield either. I know there's buckler heater at the beginning, but I'm not sure about the bronze. I knew there was a large. But maybe they could have changed some names. So, and I think there's only map 2 and 7 in the final game, if I remember correctly, but there's obviously a lot more maps pieces there. A lot more items include scrolls in them, as well as yeah, the wands, all that good stuff. And then yeah, some of them, like you'll see, I'll show you when I go in the menu, like escape. There's no sense was one. Opening, I don't remember that one. Yeah, detect chaos traps, DT, moon, and sun. But yeah, here's all the other keys I was talking about. Maybe there could have been one of those was supposed to be Ehud's key that I found in the alpha. So a lot of room for open conversation, speculation. Yeah. Now I noticed, yeah, a lot of with the items here. You get lots of crashes if you try and inspect or try and click on them to select them. Yeah, like sulfur. What are you gonna do? Did we make batteries and, you know, compost or something? Well, batteries weren't around in the game, right? Huh? On this time period. But yeah, the map to the Goblin's Lair, all the different map pieces. Yeah, I know that one was there. Give yourself multiple versions of his body, I guess, if you want. Yeah, all the different keys. The ones that actually made it. Yeah, that skull key was the one I needed in the alpha, or the beta, I mean, to keep going. That's what stopped me in Shamsuk's tower there. Let's see. Yeah, the Night Mantle was there. Kindle's hat was there. I know that the Ethereal. I'm not sure if that one was in the game or not. Like the ST Gem. That does nothing in this version. Or the Mirror Amulet. Gosh, it's been a while. Wow. Most useless amulet in the game, the Amulet of Pork. You purposely want to make your game hard mode. Yeah, instead of teleportation, 2 different versions. I didn't really experiment with those though. Same with like stealth. And again, yeah, this Aileron's only level 2. I probably should have bumped him up just to see if I could have used Made him learn other skills like the photosynthesis. I don't think was one either. Opening. Oh, alright, you click on that, then you get aired out and crashed. So yeah, items definitely there was a lot of. But yeah, my Aileron's only level 2 here, so his wizard's I think only like 2 or 3 when you first start the game. So show off what I can and all the wonderful crashes that come with it. Oh yeah, known aspect. So yeah, all the ones that don't have a description or you can't learn or equip, it gives you that same as the lighthouse scroll, the same little jargon there. I found that kind of strange. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, escape. Escape spell when there you could just flee from most battles. But these DT, Moon, and Sun you actually can learn. And they're only... Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, because sorry again, going really fast. Yeah, pause the video, but you only have to have Wizard 1 to equip those, or learn those, I mean. So, yeah, and there we go again. I swear the majority of my time messing with this version, it was all the other ones too, is making sure you use your save states, because especially later on when I'm trying to go out of bounds on a lot of these different places, it got rough. That's for sure. Excuse me. Yeah, I know Detect, Trap, and Chaos wasn't around. Or Traps. Pretty sure all the other ones were that I showed that are in here. You know, Wizard's Wand, all that good stuff. Good old Wall of Bones. I don't know if Revival was. I think, you know what? I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, I know the harp and the horn were too. I don't know why I was showing all those, because Sense was, Aspect wasn't, I don't think. And yeah, the banner never made it into the game, I don't think. Even though I think it was supposed to be up in that treasure chest area up in the mountains and behind Aramon. But who knows where they were going to actually release it or not. But so here I'm just hopping into a random battle. You can choose combat for a random battle. You can choose the enemies and the zone, or you can just choose the zone and then it gives you random enemies on that screen. And then these spells actually show up, but then when you try and cast them, fatal error. And you have to close your emulator and reload the whole damn thing. So, not fun. But at least those are the only 2 spells that I was able to try. And would actually do something, kinda, at least show the little circle anyways, I should say. And moving right along now, we're going to the weapons. So, I thought there was a Chaos, yeah, there's Chaos Staff, and then there's Ehud Staff. But then there's also Chaos Scythe. There's a lot of enemy weapons that they use that all become question marks. Like, I'm assuming Air Fist. Okay, that's going to be the Dust Devil and the big Dust Devil version. Bear Bite you could assume is bear, but some of these are really confusing. Those ones at least are kind of self-explanatory. I don't know if there was a bow of shield or accuracy. I know there was a bow of thunder. Yeah, Scythe. Oh, I didn't look at the description for the staff. Huh. There's Ehud staff, yeah. So. And it's saying you can't equip that, because again, that was my bad. I didn't level up my Aileron a little bit. But I'm assuming he would be able to use it if he knew the pole skill, the pole weapon masteriness stuff. You know, Marquis Touch was, yeah. Yeah, Minotaur butt. Um, Minotaurs I've never seen. Minotaurs, even Minotaur lords have weapons, so I don't know what is a Minotaur butt for. What would it? Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. You can't equip any of them, but yeah, some of them are pretty goofy. Stealth blade, spirit bite, tentacle slap. So we'll show off that enemy here shortly. Unarmed. That has 0 damage, 0. So I don't know if that was meant for an enemy to just not be able to hurt you. If I hit you for 0 damage, then yeah, I don't know how the calculations work on all that noise. But yeah, it's in the game. And I forgot what I was going to show off there. Or maybe I was confused myself too. Oh yeah, potions. Right, I cleared it and then... Okay, so here there's A and J potions, and all the other ones are pretty much damn near the same in the finished game. But A never does, it doesn't even show up. If you hit J, you get crashed. So, and yeah, it'll give you that message if you hit down. I'm hitting down on the C arrows buttons if you're on the Nintendo 64 to try and see the explanation and use them. But those are the only 2 potions from what I remember of. All the other ones are in the game. So, yeah. Fire Flasks and Inferno Flasks were so much fun to throw at enemies at the beginning. They did decent. They did really decent damage, actually, if you took Godric in your starting party. And I swapped here just so you can see what the crab shield looks like and the hockey stick. Just as a little display. And then, yeah, if you choose your enemies, there are a lot. The list is long. I'm sorry I didn't show it all of them, but I showed off the areas here. So those are all the different arena playing fields. So why not fight a tentacle, you know, on a ship where I do believe it's supposed to be. There's the hockey stick. And in this boat fight, it's 2 griffins, I think. I believe it's 2 or 3 you fight. So the giant squid... Oh yeah, here I was showing that, yeah, that potion, it doesn't show up. The J one, all the other ones don't even show up either, though. So, I don't know why. You know, you should at least be able to see the heal and the cure, but none of those show up. The J doesn't show up. Maybe it's because I have the J in my inventory, but yeah. But anyway, this fight, I think it's 2 or 3 griffins you fight on the ship. I'm not sure why they took it out, because it would be kind of interesting to, you know, they're animated, they move around, they freeze a little bit, and they do a lot of damage. That was 1 hit. I mean, again, Aileron's only level 2 with crappy armor, but still, that, yeah, the death animation's there and everything. You get experience from it. Doesn't drop anything, but yeah, why they took it out, I'm not quite sure. And then, yeah, that was the crab shield, was invisible. So, but it's there. This is up in the Aramon Mountains, where that big treasure room is at the end that spawns a bunch of enemies towards the end late game that you can go up and get some pretty good loot, including the Tempest or Templar shield, or helmet, that gives you some strength or the warrior, I think. Gosh, it's been a while. But here, so I'm turning on open all chests, and you can save and load. If you don't go to another area or change actor or something, then that'll trigger this too. So yeah, if you really want to miss out on all that loot, I guess, and just open all the chests just because, then you can't even loot, yeah, what's on the ground or anything either. But yeah, you can open up treasure chests. Assuming this was meant for just testing purposes, like a lot of things in the debug this version of the game was for. So, and then if you, yeah, turn it back to false, you still can't pick up that like stack of gold there. Maybe you can if you reload the game. Here I'm going to show you, yeah, the toggle monster attack. So this is nice if you really want to just go around the entire game without triggering any fights. You can still hit the A or the B button. I think it's A. Where, okay, yeah, so that I was just showing off all the different maps. Like a lot of them, you'll see a few. I'll show off at least one of them, but these are all the different starting areas. Like Oriana the Hut is Oriana's hut, but good Star Wars reference. That's awesome. And yeah, so the old starting point, this one was for in the alpha, not the beta version, I think. It was just the alpha where it starts you right here, and Ferris, the jester's right there. But anyways, yeah, this is mainly just showing off the nice big happy family you can gather up here on the beach without having to trigger the fights with that little toggle turned on. But again, yeah, you can hit A and start the fights if you want to. But yeah, you'll see the size difference too of the bandit versus the bandit boss here once they get all looped together. But yeah, on that teleport screen, I know I kind of went a little fast again there too, but a lot of the areas have names, a lot of them don't, and they just kind of send you to random different locations. That one test area just drops you into a pit of nothingness in the Jundar Desert. So, but yeah, I'm sure they were trying to not. Yeah, you can see the difference of the size of the two models there. But I was trying to get a screenshot. I think is yeah what I did. What I was trying to do. So. Yep, I remember having to fight all these guys many times just because you had to clear the beach of enemies to get the lighthouse or the ship captain to go back to the town. Going back to the beginning area of the game, yeah, just loaded in new game. You can add party members, all the different characters. You can add a bunch of ailerons like I'm doing here. You can add yeah, up to 4 people. If you try to add a 5th person, they just don't show up. It doesn't delete the old person. It just doesn't do it. So choose your 4 people wisely unless you clear a spot. But yeah, for ailerons, you can have 4 ailerons, all level 1. Yeah, and you can actually have 5 ailerons if you truly want to, because in this huge list of all the enemies, again, sorry for not showing them all, but you can fight your own guys too. There's even super versions. If you caught that, there was like super doggle in there too. So if you truly want to have an all-out aileron fight, you can do that. I'm not quite sure how to tell who is the original aileron though, out of all of them. And I don't know, I didn't finish the fight. Well, I mean, I finished it here, I just skipped it by hitting that button combination. During combat, you hit LZBA to end/win combat, or LZB start to end enemy's turn, to just end it. But yeah, I don't know if you were to kill one aileron, would it end the game for you or not? So, but anyways, here's one of the other teleporting areas. What I wanted to show you here is in the tomb. Some of the zones in certain areas will already be preloaded in, which is why I tried going up and down 2 different levels in the Chaos Island to see if there was another level that was just another area in a level above or below, to see if there was another area where that hidden door was supposed to go, but I searched up and down that entire damn island and I couldn't find any hidden rooms to see if maybe it was loaded in the floor above or below or something. I tried, but here in the tomb it does, and I'll show you this here, and it does the same thing if you go and you do this as well in the inn in Guernia, the first town. There's these 2 different areas in the what's it called, in the inn down below in the basement that you can teleport to back and forth without actually hitting the button to trigger to go to the next wall area. But here, just that first level above where we were, when we went down the staircase and we came in, you can kind of see on the left side or the right side of the building here that there's another wall that appears to be the first room. And this is in the base game too, and I had to play around with the settings where I turned everything off but teleporters, and then I had to change the chicken, everything but teleporters, and change the chicken, and then yeah, you can just jump over here and glitch through, and it's the first air the above area. Instead of like going up, you just go to the side. So that doesn't really make sense, but yeah, you can do it. And then yeah, the full description on this is hunt for bad reference objects, what I just turned on. It says teleports the player every few seconds to each of the objects on the current map. With debug messages on, displays object type and position. Enemies will not fight while this happens. So this is another tool I was trying to play with too, to see if there was something on that Chaos Island I could kind of teleport to. And I'll show some out of bounds shots on that floor too, but there was nothing. I really tried my damnedest because I wanted to get more answers for our tiny little community that we have. But yeah, I'm just showing you off. Maybe you guys one of you guys can use it and see if you can find something that I didn't find. So again, yeah, this is the start of the game. I teleported to Oriana's the hut. So technically the game thinks I'm still in the forest right now, so you're not supposed to be here quite yet, and it says that door is far beyond your lock capabilities. You can't unlock it. But if you go to, I believe it's check states, oh no, teleporter lock, then it'll unlock all the doors in the game like this. So you can just walk in and out, no issues. But then if you turn it back off, which is weird because it let me back in, it locks it again. So take that with a grain of salt for what it's worth. And this is my little teaser end of my beta review, highlights reel thing video. This is going to show you how to get the 2 sholas to show up in the desert. So there's one. You can see when I turned just that one setting on there out in the desert. And this one, it triggered the one that you actually talked to at the end of the fight after you fought with her as the 5th member, and then you leave or camp and reload, and then she'll be there. And if you have someone open, an open spot in your team, then she'll join right then and there instead of in the hotel or in the inn. But if you turn all of those triggers on to be true and active, then there you go. It'll turn both versions of her. And the one is the one that you get to talk to have her join if you have an open slot in your 4-man team. And the other one, she'll either, depending on, I don't know, it's really buggy, but sometimes she'll run at you and she'll trigger the fight herself like an enemy, or you actually have to talk to her and it'll start that fight. So yeah, this one, since it was only me, Alaron, she joined my team. So now we have her, but then if you go up to this one, it immediately triggers the fight. And then there you go, here's 2 sholas. And you can finish the fight if you want to and all that. And yeah, the one is on AI control, and then the other one you can use, play around with. So yeah, playing around with those game states, the game state cheats toggles at your own risk. Some of the things that have happened are kind of unexplainable. That face. But yeah, and then if you just turn all the states on but only back to true except for all the states at the top there, then there you go. I didn't even talk to her. I just ran forward and it immediately triggered the fight. Like I didn't hit A on her or anything. So yeah, use those at your own risk. Play around with them. Oh, now it gives me a new journal entry. But yeah. And then if you turn them all back to false, right, and then not just the first top one that turns everything on, reload by changing your character, then yeah, there you go. They're all gone again. They're both of them are gone. So, yeah. And then the top one, yeah, just shows the one. And here I think I'm just showing you. It'll after she joins and you reload, it just keeps her there. That her save state or flag, I guess, trigger keeps her there. So, yeah. One has only 109 health though. I thought that was interesting versus the one that says 110. And yeah, when you get her in the game, she starts at level 20. I believe she's the second, because Doggle was like 23 or 25, or no, Ferris was or something. But she's pretty high up there. I mean, again, she should be since it's towards the end of the game. But yeah, you could have 3 Sholas if you really want to. Or you could just use that option I showed before where you can just add party member into your map, or into your team. So, moving on to Terminor. Yeah, you can see that I never went to the first town there, so I just teleported over here. Everything is the base. I didn't change anything. There is one version of the shopkeeper. No one's in here. Keelan's in there. Donovan's in the back. No one's there right now. If you were to walk out and then you, in your save states, you use the appear, not check state. Yeah, appear states. Then watch how terrible my frame rate tanks at 10. And you can see it start being really choppy, but there's Baird, Rita, Art, Hori, Doggles, Art, I forgot, Beg to Report guy that never makes it into my party. I'll tell you that. I played with him a little bit. Yeah, Keelan, Donovan's back there. But yeah, that appear state turns everyone on, including the innkeepers. If you saw right there, there's 3 different instances you'll talk to the innkeeper, and he'll say different things depending on where you are in the quest line and in the game. So yeah, little kind of out there seeing the 3 of them, and they all follow you. And if you use the chicken here like I'm doing, if you fall through the wall, you'll get glitched. It'll crash you out there like that. But you can talk to them and they'll say different things. And then one of the versions, yeah, has the shop. I was trying to hit him, but it's a little difficult when they're all standing literally inside of one another like that. So yeah, that's a peer state. And then this is what I'm doing here, is when you hit up on the C button or down, I think it is. It's either up or down. What I'm doing. I think it's up. Yeah. If you hit up on the C toggle button, whatever you have that button mapped to on your controller, it'll give you a bunch of detailed information like this, including what you're standing on, your coordinates. I'm not sure what a lot of those other lines are. Unfortunately, I wish I can give you guys more option. Yeah, because it's C up, so it says cycle performance statistics, including RAM/CPU usage, player coordinates, current ground type, and tints character models at certain intervals. So I'm not sure what that intervals part means, but I just keep hitting the up C button, and it just rotates, either showing the bottom or the top screen and all that noise. But yeah, I think it's funny. It's like a little rave going on when it flickers red and yellow like that. So, and my frame rate still really sucks. As you can see, it's only getting 10, 15, 12. So yeah, but really this is it for the debug. A lot of the other options don't really work. That toggle some settings, add all items and stuff to your inventory doesn't really work. Here I turned everything else off but teleporters. That works to clear some stuff if you're trying to just look around. And yeah, see what's around you. That prescribed dialogue test, these buttons don't work. I tried these buttons, I turned them all off and on multiple times and saved and reloaded, and none of those really work, but it was worth a shot. And even the guide on Hidden Palace says the same thing. So yeah, toggle monster settings. So just wanted to show you that I've tried, and I don't know if I was clicking on a certain combination, the save, load, toggle custom scenes or whatever, but I got it to change the music in the background, if you can hear it. Like it's playing the end credits right now, and it showing Mr. Christopher Bailey. Awesome, thank you, lead programmer guy. So I'm not sure, maybe they do stuff and it's just hidden, the button combinations, because I don't know how I did that part, but yeah, this is pretty much the end of the debug. Now, what I'm going to go into next is if you really don't want to download ROMs, if you're sketched out over them, you don't trust them, you don't want to mess around with the alpha or the beta or the debug version of the game here, and you just have the vanilla game. Maybe you're playing on a Nintendo 64, and if so, and if yours still works, which mine doesn't, then hey, good for you. I'm glad you take care of your stuff better than me. But I'm going to start showing the cheat codes you can enter in on the rename screens. So, which do work here. I'll show them off here on the debug version of the game, but they do work on the base PAL version of the game if you're on emulator, or the cartridge version on Nintendo 64, I would assume as well, since those two should be damn near the same thing. But yeah, and that's just me toggling everything again, just trying to make my screen as crazy as possible. So, yeah. So, alright, we're done with playing around with the debug screens. So here we're going to go to Oriana the Hutt. Great Star Wars reference, guys. Here you can get the lightreaver, because you can't say lightsaber, I'm assuming, copyright laws. In the game. So yeah, from the start, go to your options, always delete the whole thing, exclamation point, and it's all these are one words. And listen for the sound. And there you go, that's how you know you entered it in correctly. And then where it's at is it kind of shows, doesn't show-ish, not really at all. But if you hit A, there you go, there's your lightreaver inside of her hut thing there. So you can get that really right at the beginning of the game. I mean, yeah, you have to have 30 strength, but yeah. I got them from the Gamespot forum here. Gotta definitely pay. There, yeah, there's the first one right there at the top that I did, the added weapon similar to the lightsaber, dark side. But we gotta say thank you to our contributed by Black Mamba 7. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much, friend. So we have all those. I'll leave a link in the description as well to this too, so you can play around with all these. But like Fat Boy and Tweety and Crawdaddy, once you change to those guys, I'm not sure if you can re-enter them in and change them back, but I'm not really going to show them off, those ones off here. You know what those models look like, and you can play with them yourself. But like, I want to show off the harder ones. Like this one is exclamation point slashing in the first town's big castle. This one you get that hockey stick, and it says it places a hockey stick in the treasury Guernia castle. So I didn't know, where's the Guernia treasury in the castle. I thought it was down where the Mace of Glory was. I thought it was near, what's his name, the bald guy. No, it's not there at all. It's right here. Past all the beds and stuff here, you get a gigantic gold jewelry sword chest thing, or bag yeah, treasure. So, and then you get your hockey stick. And again, I think that one had the high strength requirement too. So you can have 2 really OP weapons at the beginning of the game if you wanted to use those. You just saw a balloon to do big head mode. And I just started. He's level 5. He doesn't have that much experience, you can see for the next demonstration here. But yeah, only Aileron gets a big head. No one else does. None of the enemies, none of the other guys. But when you do the big W, which makes the weapons and shields large, it does it for all your teammates in battles, as well as some of the enemies, such as this bandit. Some other enemies it doesn't, like I tried it on like Shamsuk, just to see if he had a giant staff, but he did not. It was the same size. So, but yeah, I wanted to show you how these work. It doesn't affect, from my knowledge, the damage or the animations or anything really. It's just makes them giant, just like in like GoldenEye or something. So here is Bingo and Cheater. Both of these, to give you experience and gold, only work once. You have to enter them inside of a combat situation like this, not in the Trek mode. You go to Options during the battle, and same thing, rename, and you enter in the code. You can try and enter in, like I did it for Cheater, again after I already entered in the experience code once, to see if I can give myself more experience again, because it'll jack Aileron up to, I think, from 1 or 5 to 16. I tried doing it again, and you hear that noise. It kind of did it, but it was like slowed down, like half the speed. It was like, and it just and I was like, what was that? It's different. And I looked, and after I ended the battle again, it didn't give me the gold or the experience. So I was like, oh well, choose your cheating exclamation point cheater and bingo wisely. So if you're going to do it at the beginning of the game, unless you want to make just Aileron super powerful, then overpowered, I mean, then don't do it until you get to the first town and you get your team of 4, and then type in the cheats, because you can really only use them once. But when you do, all the guys get that experience. They all just got hit with an extra 75,000 or 7,500. 7. I can't even talk. They got a lot of experience. And yeah, the gold definitely can help right at the beginning of the game anyways too, just because, yeah, that'll help when you get to the first town especially, and then the second town in Aramon. But yeah, that's those two. But moving on, we'll give Aileron back his regular head, and instead of making things big, we'll make things small. Here is showing the flea code, which this one makes the player small and walk slowly. Can also jump like a titular bug with A. I'll have to Google what a titular bug is. But yep, there he is. Same exact character model, same animations. You hit A, you can jump around. Why you would want to do this? What's the use of it? Because you're moving around so slow unless you're constantly jumping. I think you would be moving slower. Even, yeah, well, maybe faster, depending on the jump and the angle and everything, physics. But, yeah, it's just, I guess, hilarious to do it just because it's there, because it's there. You'll see there's other codes like keep busy and I'm a doofus. They just display a little text message just for the sake of things. So, okay, yeah, slideshow time, another error. This is another really weird error I got. Have no idea how I got that one, I forgot, but that was throwing out some codes at me. Oh yeah, speak of the devil, I'm a doofus, and then keep busy, and it automatically sends you back to keep busy. But that's all it does. I'm assuming these were just like the first 2 codes to trigger the other codes to see how to make them work. But that's all speculation, I guess. This is, yeah, chicken out of bounds at the first castle. This is in that Jundar / bandit cave hideout in the mountains. And I did remove everything but teleporters. And you can see, yeah, what's behind the chains there. You saw what the door looked like behind the that little other first door behind it. Yeah. Yeah, that one's, you feel like something's really, you need something here, and that's the Night Drake mantle. There's our wonderful beach family life, just hanging out. Again, you can see the size difference on the bandits versus bandit boss. Um, this is, yeah, the beginning that went so fast. It loaded, I don't know why they did that, but yeah. And it's the same deal. It shows the exact same message other than it says February 1st instead of February 2nd. When you do exclamation point version, it'll list the release date on the game, also display the player's coordinates in game is what it says it is. And then this is the PAL version, the vanilla end game. So anyways, they had February, March, April. They only did it for a couple months, if that's correct, that they debugged the game before they released it. So yeah, this is an error code at the beginning. If you hit scroll down with your toggle or whatever downward arrow you stick it to, map it to, it'll go down to like, yeah, 99,000 or whatever error codes. You could scroll through what all that means and try and understand it if you can. Awesome. I don't know what any of that means, to be honest. More out of bounds shots. So, oh right. So back to the hidden chaos island thing. So I turned objects into rocks so you can kind of see the door again. And then, yeah, that's when you use that one hidden one, what's it called? Hunt for reference objects, so you can see that that's obviously a door. I turned into a chicken and then back into a guard. Once I got to the other side, I broke through the wall. You could see that the texture is loaded for the opposite side of the wall, but you can't hit A. You hit A and nothing happens. It's a dead door. Here's out of bounds shots of that level, and I took screenshots of the up above and below level 2. Couldn't find anything on either of those as well. But yeah, this is me out of bounds with the chicken, and it didn't crash me, luckily. But yeah, there's nothing there. I tried my damnedest. I really wanted answers, but it really is just a dead end. It's a texture with a door on it, texture of a door with a wall. So sorry. Yep, yep. Maybe we can get one of the developers to answer one day. Just a couple screenshots of the horn if you're behind it. More out of bounds shot with the map here. This is underneath going to Terminator, that little island. This is in the alpha, again with the Chaos Lady sacrifice there, versus what it looks like in the end game, the PAL version. She looks like she's causing the lava, and she looks more like a mummy. They're wrapped up and everything, sacrifice. So, yep. In Terminator again, yeah, I don't know what that is under the trees. I guess that's a tree root. I've never seen anything like that before. What that is. Top of Guirnia's Wizard Castle tower there, and that's the last one I think is the lighthouse. Just what it looks like after you turn it on and it spins around in a circle. So yeah, that's it for there. And yeah, this is just me as Mango messing around with Mago as a chicken. Excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for the cheats and the debug version. I wanted to thank you guys for definitely watching them. Hopefully you guys will download these versions too with links below. Watch the other videos too that should be posted right up above now here in the video. Let me know what you found, what I didn't find, what I missed, all that good stuff. Definitely would love to collaborate and hopefully find more answers, maybe to more questions in regards to the mysteries of this game. As far as future plans, there is one of our friends over on the subreddit, our Reddit, released actually enhanced versions of the game, and so I was definitely going to look at those. But as far as backwards, the pre-alpha, beta, and debug versions are it. I tried scouring the internet for a while now here, since I'm looking back into the game, and there's no other versions that I can find. But if you know of any, let me know. I'll definitely do a little highlights reel review video like I've done of the past 3. So here I downloaded, this is the Aidyn Plus that I'm looking at here. And yeah, our friend, he's got the base game and the patched and the plus versions. You can read the descriptions there. I'll leave a link again in the description below. Yeah, and he also posted right down below the alpha, the beta, and the debug versions right there. So you don't have to go to all the different sites. If you just want to grab those, click on those links. The editor, I want to play with that too. Looks pretty awesome. And then yeah, the cheats file and that Google Doc there too to see whatever all the different what everything is and drop rates and stats and all that. So that's pretty awesome. And thank you again. Yeah, major shout out. I know I'll probably butcher the name, so there's his u/ at our Reddit. Awesome. Thank you so much, friend. Really appreciate it. I'm hoping that I can get through it here pretty quickly. I'd love to do a good playthrough and everything, or two. But this is how much stronger it is. I mean, this is the first bat. That I got to hit the bat. It looks like I was doing good. I almost killed the bat, and then he hits me twice and damn near kills me in the one hit. So it's tougher. So I'm excited to check that out for sure. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys again. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad to see our small little community still alive a little bit. And yeah, good luck, guys.